Alan Wake 2 marks Remedy Entertainment's first foray into the survival horror genre. Ritualistic murders in a small town, a writer trapped in a nightmare, an FBI agent looking for answers, 2 realities, 2 hero characters, 1 horror story, and 1 very fucking bored YouTuber. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Paddy's Play, and today we're going to be talking about Alan Walking Simulator 2. Alan Wake 2. The game's been out for a few weeks now, and I've had a chance to play it, and it's just not great, is it? I mean, the aesthetics are brilliant, the graphics are great, the storyline's a little bit meh. Combat is just fucking repetitive. For the first 2 to 3 hours of the game, you don't even get to play as Alan Wake. It just seems like a bit of a Resident Evil ripoff, you know, a bullet management game. And the main character you start off with is racist. So the first main character you play as is Saga Anderson, a 35-year-old woman who's quite an accomplished person given her age, considering she's an FBI agent who also doubles up as a mortician. Either she's only done like a year in medical school, or she's a fucking time traveller. When she's not breaking the laws that she's meant to enforce, like dissecting her own victims without qualifications, she likes to walk. She likes to walk a fucking lot. And if you get tired of walking, don't worry, you could just press a button where your character will transport herself to a little cozy cabin where she spends the next 20 minutes piecing together the evidence that she finds on her fucking walks. Yeah, because that doesn't do anything to ruin the immersion. And when you're piecing together the evidence that you found on your walks, there's no risk or reward. The pieces of evidence will only fit in one place, giving a real sense of redundancy. But don't worry, when you're finished playing with Saga, you can then play with Alan. And guess what you get to do with him? That's right, you get to walk. It's a good thing this guy's not wearing a Fitbit, because I'm pretty sure his wrist would fucking blow up with the amount of numbers that it's trying to display. And the combat doesn't seem to get the juices flowing either. It just seems to be the same 3 mechanics you use in most combat. Step back, point flashlight, shoot target. Step back, point flashlight, shoot target. Even if you encounter a more difficult enemy, don't worry, just step back, point flashlight, and shoot fucking target! Right, this next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be a little bit controversial, given the state of the world these days and the divide and blah 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 blah. However, I'm trying to figure out the thought process behind the developers and the storyline writers when it comes to the decision made about this next thing I'm going to talk about. And the only thing I can think about is the conversation went a little bit something like this. Hey, our character, Saga Anderson, is incredibly boring. There's no depth to her. How can we do something to flare this up? I agree. How can we make there be a little bit of flair around this character? Should we work a little bit more into her storyline, her past, maybe even something to do with her family life? No, let's make her hate white people. Of course, what I'm referencing here is the fact that our main female protagonist, Saga Anderson, basically out of the blue, given absolutely no reference or indication that she has a problem with any demographic of people, decides to randomly come out with this comment. Another white asshole deciding what I get to do, how I get to do it. Nothing wrong with that comment, nothing like a little bit of fun family racism to help spice up an incredibly boring character. I wonder what would happen if we reversed the roles and had Alan Wake say something of a similar nature.
That's racist!
Right, that was a little bit of an exaggeration, obviously. However, the game inherently, for me, is just not really doing it. The storyline is good, don't get me wrong. The characters, for the most part, are okay. Saga Anderson just isn't doing it for me. Way too much walking around. Combat system seems to be lacking a bit, and the hint of wokeism, fuck, can we get a video game now that doesn't have that? But apart from that, it's alright. Would I recommend buying it? Maybe not at its current price. Wait for it to drop down a bit. Cool, if you think I was a bit unfair with anything I said there, please leave it in the comments below. Let me know if there's a game you want to see me do a video about. And yeah, until next time, I've been Paddy. Peace out.